welcome everybody who's taken the time to be at this activity today. My name is Tony Massaro. I'm a member of the Edison Township Cultural Arts Commission, and I'm serving as the chair. We are here right now to display the gallery and to display public safety artifacts, to give a sense of history of public safety in Edison. The charge of the Cultural Arts Commission has been to promote arts and the culture in Edison. This is one of our first projects, and in that we're 2 years old or less, not a bad start. If you've ever walked through this area before and you saw this area before it was redone, it looks like, to borrow a phrase, who did it and ran. There was a lot of work put into this for public safety, by police and by fire. The three members of the Edison Cultural Arts Commission that I particularly want to highlight because their fingerprints are all over all of this, day and night for. Takes you 2 seconds to look around. It took them close to 2 months to make this happen. Lois Tarr, Kathy Carlucci, and where'd she go? Oh, my wife. She's not here. She's leaving an auto shop right now, body shop. She had a disagreement with a deer. She's okay, the car isn't. We have many more plans for this gallery, and there are many more plans for the Cultural Arts Commission, but this is the first, and this is, well, one of the very first. Today, well, the efforts of this don't happen just as a Cultural Arts Commission. They happen with a lot of assistance. Deputy Chief Bryant and his police department, and Deputy Chief Dudash, who was also kind enough to show up at a number of our planning sessions and orchestrate all of this, and along with another young man who's not here that I also have known for over 25 years, and that's Fire Chief Toth. But all are represented by other folks in uniform. Also, I need to point out that the Edison Township Cultural Arts Commission works in close contact with the town council, and the town council liaison to the Cultural Arts Commission is also here today, and that's Council Vice President Harris. What I would like to do now is also say thank you to a gentleman who's been my go-to guy in most of these efforts, and that's Bob Deal. Bob Deal, you want to come forward?
Sure. Thank you, Tony. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, congratulations to the group. Great job. You did a great job on our first exhibit, which was Thomas Edison, or Edison, and then this public safety exhibit, just as good, and we thank you for your efforts. As it was pointed out by Tony, a lot of work goes into this, and you can see the rewards. There's a lot of people who would like to speak today, and I want to introduce our mayor at this time, Mayor Sam Joshi.
Good morning, everyone, and special thank you to our very respected officials here, as well as our Council Vice President and the members of the commission who put this together. Really, thank you for doing an outstanding job for this. This space right here, located in Town Hall, right at the entrance, has gone from being nothing to a cafe to a storage place. And when we came in here a couple years ago, we wanted to make sure that all the different organizations or entities around Edison Township would be able to be recognized and seen for the work that they have done by the many thousands of people that walk through this building throughout the year. So it's right here, again, at 100 Municipal Boulevard, Edison Township Town Hall. You can come and see this exhibit, and that's what we want to do. We want to showcase what Edison Township has to offer. This particular display is for our public safety. As we all know, over the last couple decades, even the last decade alone, public safety and the work that these folks do has changed tremendously, and it's important that we recognize where we came from so we can better implement on our future and what to do moving forward. So there's a lot of history here. It's really fascinating because a lot of our public safety officials actually go back decades. Some go back over 100 years in Edison Township from both police and fire. And it's really remarkable to see how they've enforced law enforcement, but also protected Edison Township from whether it be fire or any police-related matter. So, there's children here passing by, waving hands as well. Make sure you come by and check it out. It's really a wonderful exhibit. And again, thank you to the commission for putting this together.
Thank you, Mayor. Well spoken. Tony Massaro, thank you so very much to you and your beautiful wife and our committee who did a fantastic job. And thank you to my staff, Deputy Chief Bob Dudash and Nick Bain and Sergeant Bain and also Captain Morath. Thank you to the legendary Bob Deal also for his help. And I just have to say that I want to thank the mayor and his staff for the fantastic job that they have done just in Town Hall. Overlooking everything, they do a fantastic job for the residents of Edison Township. They're very supportive of public safety. But if you come to Town Hall and walk around, it's an outstanding job that they've done. I want to thank my comrades at the fire department also. Thank you very much. As you all know, Edison has a very rich history here. Both my father and Deputy Chief Dudash's dad worked together many, many years ago. In fact, some of the archaic things that you'll see in the case were donated from Deputy Chief Dudash and myself too. That came from our fathers. Very cool. But again, hats off to the committee who did a fantastic job. It's very professional. And again, please come down, take a look at what we have here. Edison Township, again, a rich history. It's an awesome place to come and check out. Thank you again so very much.
Excuse me, Chief. One thought that I left out is if you do come down here and take a look at all of this, or you do watch this simply on Edison TV, we pay public safety for what we hope they're never going to have to do. Whenever I see an officer, I'll generally wish them that they have a very boring shift. And whenever I see a fireman, I think to myself, you got to be kidding me. You guys run into stuff that a normal person, a rational person, would run away from. And you need to keep that perspective when you look at all of these artifacts. And the other thing I left out, I have a page full of notes. The one thing I left out, there's one name in this room that I left out in saying thanks, because none of this is going to happen without the support and the advocacy of our mayor. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. First off, I'd like to say thanks to the mayor, his administration, all the members of the committee for putting this together. This is a great display of things collected through the years, like the mayor said, of where we come from, and it gives you a better idea of where we're at now. With that said, I'd actually like to bring somebody else up. So we have our Battalion Chief, Eugene Enfield. He did extensive research some years back on the fire department, the history of the fire department, and all in an effort to put a book together, put a book out with the history of the fire department. So, Eugene, if you'd like to say a couple things.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the committee and the mayor and the staff and everybody. This is awesome. History. I love history. And back in 2007, I was a firefighter, and I just wanted to learn more about our organization as the fire department. So I would go to and meet with retirees, and I would take a big scanner. Back then, it was a huge scanner. I'd bring it into their house and scan all these old photographs to make the book. The book, I hooked up with Arcadia Publishing at the time, and the proceeds go directly to the St. Barnabas Burn Foundation. So I didn't see a dime for the book, but it was really good to actually learn. And you think about Edison right now, and it's all the hustle and bustle, and it's probably about 120,000 residents. And during the day, with the commuters and everything, it's probably close to probably 200,000 people, and it's good, right? But if you go back 120 years ago or so, they estimated about 2,000 residents. And if you can imagine back you know, in the sections of like Nixon and Piscataway Town and Lindenau, and you know, they had a small group of people, and they got together and they said, hey, we need to form a fire department. We need to form a fire company. And so they did. And they had something similar to this, like a fire bucket, where each member had to purchase their own fire bucket, and they had to keep it at home. And they also had a fire bucket like this on the corner of Woodbridge Avenue and Fox Road and some other locations in the southern part of Edison. And when the alarm sounded, they would have to go and put out the fire. So they had bucket brigades. They borrowed equipment from Highland Park, and they got the ball rolling. And here we are today. So it's great learning about the history, and I thank everyone for having me here today. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Mayor, that appears to be the end of the program, but I don't feel reasonable or appropriate in me announcing it's the end of the program. So I think it should be either you or my go-to guy that announces the end of the program.
Well, that concludes our program. Our Board of Ed member is here as well, Joe Romano. Big shout out to you. Yes, that concludes our program. Again, come check it out. It's right at Town Hall, 100 Municipal Boulevard. You can come and see a lot of older, very neat gadgets from both police and fire. For example, the bucket that you saw as well. Make sure you come and check it out, 100 Municipal Boulevard. And thank you to everyone for putting this together.